The Guru's Shabad is the journey. And we have that vibration within us, we are already on that journey. As we sit here very still, the point of coming into this darbar, ironically, to still our minds, is to take us places. How does that make any sense? How can you go somewhere by finding a stillness? Because the world's journeys outwardly might take you to different boroughs of London town, but you'll notice that the feeling is always the same. But in the house of the Guru, we might be sitting in the same place, but as we still our mind, we get to go somewhere. And as the world is traveling to different places to find the answers to why they are feeling not valued, why they don't feel value in their life, Maharaj says, you really want to go somewhere? The true place you could look to go, which is what we refer to as a Tirath. Maharaj says, Tirath na bana jao. You want to really go to a place of pilgrimage? Sit in the company of yourself, sit very still, and undertake that practice of Naam. The true place of pilgrimage that you want to go is from a place of stillness. परम सत्कार योग गुरु खालसा साध संगत जी, गज बज के फतेह बुलाओ। वाहे गुरु जी का खालसा, वाहे गुरु जी की फतेह. We're all blessed to be in the company of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. We're all blessed to be in the company of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji in their 11th, in their eternal form, Sahib Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. As we're blessed to come into the Sangat and undertake this journey. Now, this word journey, as I was thinking about the Katha today, as we was undertaking the Korj in the weeks leading up to this day, as we think about what Sikhya, what teachings that Guru Maharaj is going to bestow upon the Sangat. This thought of journey would come into my mind. When we think about education, we don't think about it as a journey. We might go to a classroom where we learn things and then we pass a test. When you pass that test, they give you a certificate and that allows you to pass to the next level. And so in the worldly sense, we can't confuse the education of the worldly sense to what we're receiving here today. This isn't education that you're going to get a certificate in. There's no Katha Vajik, there's no Granthi, there's no Gyani that's got a certificate. We're not here to receive just an education. Receive an education we will, but we're not here just to receive an education. We're here to undertake a journey. It's really interesting because most journeys are undertaken through the words themselves directing us to a place. So for example, you might think of Newham or Rumford or Havering, you might put that into maps. And those words of this world, they direct you on a journey. So the language of this world, when we use it to direct us in navigation tools, it takes us on a journey. But Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, make no mistake about it, when we sit before the Guru's words, Gurmukh Nadang, Gurmukh Vedang, Gurmukha Rahya Samaya, the Guru's Bani, the sound that the Guru makes, that's not directing you on a journey. The Guru's Shabad is the journey. And when we have that vibration within us, we are already on that journey. As we sit here very still, know it to be true that you're traveling on a journey. And this Dharamsala, this which Tarti Thab Rakhi, Dharamsala, the point of coming into this darbar, ironically, to still our minds, is to take us places. How does that make any sense? How can you go somewhere by finding a stillness? Because the world's journeys outwardly might take you to different boroughs of London town, but you'll notice that the feeling is always the same. But in the house of the Guru, we might be sitting in the same place, but as we still our mind, we get to go somewhere. And as the world is traveling to different places of pilgrimages to find the answers to why they are feeling not valued, why they don't feel value in their life. As the world is going to different places to find the answers to those questions, Guru Maharaj is giving us this teaching, Bhi Tirath na bana jao, Tirath naam hai, Tirath sabad vichar, antar gyan hai. Maharaj says, you really want to go somewhere? You really want to go somewhere? Tirath na bana jao, the true place of pilgrimage, the true place you could look to go, which is what we refer to as a Tirath. In the Hindu faith, there's 68 places of Tirath, Yatra. Tirat, Maharaj says, Tirat na ban jao. You want to really go to a place of pilgrimage? We undertake Ishnan in the morning, sit in the company of yourself, sit very still, and undertake that practice of Naam. Tirat na ban jao. Tirat naam. The true place of pilgrimage that you want to go is from a place of stillness. So Sadh Sangat Ji, now the words that we're going to go on a journey, in the context of what we've just shared together, it means something different. What better way to undertake that journey than from a place of shukrana, a place of gratitude. But yo Maharaj, thank you for bringing me here today. As we punish ourselves by sitting in places where negative things are being undertaken, under the auspices, under the false pretext that we have to do these things. As we sit in negative company and feel that we're not being valued. We hear these words on social media, know your worth, know your true value. It prompted the conversation in my mind. We should be looking to sit where we're valued, no? We would always want the best bargain for whatever we have. Why would that be any less regarding our own selves about where we should sit? And so I was speaking to a Gursik today. And I said, where is it that we should understand that we're truly valued? And he said to me, one of the Gursiks, his name's Lovepreet Singh, and he said, Singh, you're talking about where you're valued, but do we even know our own value? We say things like, I want to sit where I'm valued. Okay, do you know your value? Who are you? If we don't even know who we are, ourselves, how can we judge appropriately whether we're being valued in the company that we keep? Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, we think that we're not valued because our ego is not being polished in the company that we keep. That does not mean that doesn't mean we're being undervalued. Equally, we sit in the company of those that give us loads of pump and they inflate our ego and they serve us with nindya. Even then, whilst we might feel $1 million, excuse the pun, there may be no value in how we're being treated because we don't even know who we are when we undertake this worldly exercise of looking at our value. But what does Maharaj say about our value? But who are we really? Maharaj says, look inside as you undertake that journey. Be manatu jod sarup hai apana mool pachan. They say, know this to be true. Go beyond your mind. Do you think your value is based on your salary? Yes, when you're speaking to a HR consultant about your next move, you might say, I'm on 60 grand here. My value is 85. In the worldly sense, if you define yourself by your job, if you're a computer programmer, you'll put your value in that way. If you can score consistently every single time you play, you'll say, I'm a 40 goal striker. This is how much I can command. Give me 10 grand a week. So if you're defining yourself by your occupation, you can put a value in yourself. But how's that going to affect our emotional or our spiritual state? It won't have any bearing. Guru Sahib is saying to us, be manatu jod surupa. You want to know your true value? You look within you, manatu jod surup hai. Within you is the light of God. That's your value. Apana mool pashan. You recognize within you is the light of God. Akho Satta Nam Sri. So when we think about where we should be sitting to get value, we need to be sitting before one that can look past this exterior. Even though we can't. We look in the mirror and only recognize our own face. If we can't see beyond our own face because of the cause that has been lacking in our own jivan, how can we sit in the company of another person who can only see my face and expect them to have that value of my heart? But what about Maharaj? Kat kat mein har ju base, santan kahyo pukhar. Kat kat mein har ju base. Says Guru Sahib, says Nome Pacha Sahib Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, kat kat mein Haraju base, santan kahyo pakar, that the saints know this to be true, that the light of God exists within everybody. When we sit in the company of a Gurmukh, they won't just see us externally, but they'll be able to understand from the Guru's Sikhya that the light of God resides within us. The closest we might be able to liken that feeling to as a child is being in the Godi, in the lap of your mother. That unlike anybody who can hold you in this world, only your mother can hold you in this way, right? Because they know your value, having carried you for 9 months. Maybe in the worldly sense, they're as closest to understanding that. Guru Maharaj is saying to us, be kat kat mein har juba se santan kahyo pakar. In the company of the saints who know this to be true, that manatu jod sarup hai apana mool pashan. That you are not your mind. that you are not your job, you are not your worst actions, that within you is the light of God. Akho Satanam Siri. So it got me thinking, so long as we are looking outwardly for a perfect friend in this world, or a lover in this world, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend in this world, these relationships that keep on bringing us tragedy, and yet we still keep going back for more. So long as we're looking to a flawed person with an imperfect eyesight to look upon us perfectly, we're setting ourselves up for failure, right? Because the people that should be truly judging our character are the ones that know who should know our true value, who should know who we really are inside. I'm going to say that again. Insofar as we're looking into the world, which has an imperfect lens, and we're asking that world to look upon us perfectly and know our true value inside. Insofar as we're looking at an imperfect solution for a perfect way to view us, we're always going to come up short. There are 3 types of friends, Sadh Sangat Ji. There's a Sajan of this world. Maharaj says, Sajan Bandha Sumitra Syo Har Naam Hirde Dehe. They say this, Guru Maharaj explains there's 3 types of friends. You have Sajan. Like a Sajan is just like your friend in this world, that you've got love for your mate's got love for you. Reciprocal friendship there. And then obviously when you stop showing that person respect, they stop showing you respect, because it's reciprocal. It's based upon what they can give for you and what you can do for them. And there's many friendships of this world like this way. We spoke about this, what seems like yesterday, but this transactional way of the world, that everything appears to be a transaction. And most friends, they will be with you so far as you can provide that transaction, but insofar as you come up short on your end of the bargain, you'll find out who your true friends are. Ever heard that phrase before? You find out who your true friends are when you can't provide that which expectation is lying from, right? So Maharaj says, Sukh mein bahut sangi pe, dukh mein sang na koi. That in times of sukh, yeah, mein bahut sangi pe, there's lots of friends that are around you. Dukh mein sang na koi. But in this way, this sajan won't be there for you, because it's only based on what you can do for them, right? Is it really friendship? As we sit in the company of such, right? So I was speaking to a relation in my family, and I come from a family of pub owners. And there's a lot of alcoholism in my family and my friends. I've spent more time behind the bar growing up than I did in the darbar of the Guru, believe it or not. And I was speaking to one of the elders in my family who's been drinking for maybe 30, 40 years. 50 years, every single day. He would have a few drinks before he would go to sleep. And when he gave up alcohol, he said, I found my truth friends. Because those people that would buy me drinks every single day, they no longer want to spend time in my company. Because they could not handle the fact that I had moved beyond that place of drinking and poisoning myself. They couldn't handle that. He goes, you want to know who your friend is? Because the man buying you a drink for £5, in return for which he has your company at the bar, you think he's your friend because he's buying your pint, and pint's now probably $6.50. The guy buying your pint for $6.50, you think he's your friend because he's buying the round. Ask that man for $6.50 for your bus pass the next day to see if he can get you to work. He'll have no money for you. He'll buy you every drink the night before, on the Friday night. Ask him for a score in the morning to help you get to work, that you can better yourself. Sorry, I haven't got any money. Why is it so freely to spend for you in your punishment, in your torture, in your poisoning? And we call those friendships. And as soon as you pull away from that cycle and try to better yourself, you'll see who's comfortable with your progress. Sadh Sangat Ji, a true friend should be that one that celebrates you moving forward. A true friend should be that one that celebrates your successes, even though if it might be beyond their own. A true friend, my brothers and sisters, is a person that wants the best for the best part of you. I heard that from one of the social commentators of the current time. It's all very well saying that this person's buying me drinks, or he's listening to me as I complain and encouraging me, or she's listening to me as I'm complaining, doing those nindya, undertaking that slander. It's all very well saying that they're your friend, but what part of you are they serving? They're serving the worst part of you. Is that really service if the company that you're keeping is serving you, yes, but serving the worst part of you? That man that will serve you drugs, in the spirit of brotherhood, that we're together, we're doing this together. That person that will buy you drink, on the spirit that you're equal to a man and that you should be doing, my sisters, whatever men should be doing, that not doing this is in some way causing you to be bound, and that you're being castrated from an equality that you should be delving into. You want to find equality in the sewers with those people that are suffering with depression, it's yours to take. But those people that will guide us, those people that are guiding my sisters at university dorms, that somehow this is your right to take. Think about it this way. If somebody is guiding you to a God-given right to better yourself and to rise up, that is progress. That is someone which is a different type of friend we're going to go on to in a second. But if that person's only serving you insofar as you're suffering and they're going to continue to maintain that suffering, that is not your friend. And so my father would say to me, that many friends that he's been drinking with for many years, decades, that when he would give up alcohol, they wouldn't even look him in the eye. Because it was painful to see this. That those same people that I would consider my friends, that when I'm making progress, when I'm not reciprocating that downfall over that alcohol, they're no longer my friend. So we have Sajan. Then Maharaj says we have Sajan Band. Sajan Band Sumitra Syo Har Naam Hirde De. From this Pankti, Maharaj says this Sajan Band. The second type of friend is that one that even if you don't have love for them, so your absent love for them, they will still have your back. They'll have love for you. That they will still look out for you in this world. And these are the type of friends that we should start. We're getting to loyal characteristics now. These are the type of friends that we should be. The qualities of these types of friends are valuable friends. That even if you make a mistake and you step away, they say, I'm with you, I've got your back. This is a form of loyalty that we don't speak about perhaps nearly as much as we should. That one that even if you don't like them because you're making a mistake or making progress in either way, that they will still have love for you. And then we have the highest type of friend, Sajan Banda Sumitra. Sumitra meaning the highest type of friend, that one that even if you have hatred for that person, you turn your back on that person, they will still have your back. In this world and even beyond this world. Who is that perfect friend that we speak of? Who is that perfect friend that we speak of? We speak of the saints, we speak of the Mahapurukh, we speak of those great saints that stand among us. We speak, of course, of the highest of those saints, Satguru Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Have you ever been to the Guru's Darbar, no matter what you have done, where you have been, and they've not been here? To give you langar, to feed you if you're in a bad place, to give you the shabad, to fulfill your heart. Have you ever been here and the Guru said, no, I ain't got your back? Jeta samundar sagar neer pariya, tete augan hamare, daya karo, kich meher upavo, dubde patthar tare. Maharaj speaks about mistakes. They say, Jeta samundar, if there was an ocean, a huge ocean, sagar, neer pariya, and it was filled with all of my mistakes, it would fill to, I could fill a whole ocean of all of my mistakes, says the Guru. This is how much mistakes I have made. Daya karo, have compassion to me. Please have my back. Dubde patthar tare. I'm like a stone thrown in the water, I'm going to sink. Maharaj is obviously none of those things because they're perfect, but they're teaching us the way of what it means. They're giving us an understanding that they understand our predicament, our halat, our circumstance. And they're saying that if you come before me as my friend, I'm that one that will be able to pick you up as a stone sinking, and I'll bring you to the Sangat of the Guru. Satta and Balwand. There are very few friends that will look to you even though if you wrong them, and they will have your back. There are very few friends that even if you turn your back on them entirely, they will still stand with you. And that quality is a quality of loyalty. It's one of the most royal qualities we can have as a friend. And I want to share a Sakhi with you that really illustrates the point of what it means to have loyalty. And the intention, Guru Pyari Sad Sangat Ji, is that we hear this itihas, we take ownership of this. We can't command it of our friends, but we can be these qualities in our lives. We can be the friends that we would love to have in our own company. And in this way, we can give that sikhya through our actions. This is the journey that we're here on today. We're all here saying, I wish I had a true friend. We can be that friend in this world. And in this way, you will see that fragrance emanating around, and you'll see the opportunity for that behavior to be reciprocated. None of us knew how to be the perfect example of a friend in any given scenario until that person was someone for us. Guru Pyari Sadh Sangat Ji, there were two Gurmukhs. Their name was Satta and Balwand. Satta and Balwand were Kirtanis. They were famous from the times of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj all the way to Sheme Pacha, Miri Piri the Malak, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. They served all of those gurus doing Kirtan. And what happens at the time of Panjme Pacha, Shaheed and Sirtaj, Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, at the time of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, Satta and Balwand, we can say they made a mistake. They made a mistake. We all make mistakes. The mistake was that they got taken by their ego. They were so famous for their Kirtan, people would come from so far away to come and listen to their Kirtan, that they got, shall we say, taken by their ego. And they started to think of themselves as highly. So what happens is, Satta, their daughter's about to get married. And now they're sort of walking around with their chest out a little bit, like they're thinking there's something special because everybody's paying so much respect. Satta, what happens? He comes to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. He says, Maharaj, it's my daughter's wedding coming soon. Can we basically have some money that will help us pay for our daughter's wedding? They come to Guru Arjan Dev Ji, the arranger of all of our affairs. Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, listen, leave it to me, I'll take care of it. But Satta and Balwand, they've got their own devices in their mind. They say to Maharaj, listen, whatever peta is donated today in the Sangat at Darbar Sahib, let us just keep that job done. Galmukhi, we can just keep that. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji is like, look, let me take care of your affairs. I'm the one that is your friend. I am that Sajan Band Sumitta. Maharaj is not saying this, but they're looking out for their child. They say, look, why are you trying to arrange your affairs? You don't know what's best for you. How's it working out in our own lives, making our own choices about what's best for us? We'll know from our own circumstances what days are being played out. So Satta and Balwand, taken by their ego, they refused to back down. They said, listen, we're going to take the peta today, the donations that I've made. So what happens? That night, that day, when the Kirtan starts to resound and Satta and Balwand are releasing that Shabad into the air, it's raining so hard that very few Sangat come to the Guru Kar. And very few people have come to pay respects, to get the blessings. And so very little peta was donated. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji, at the end of the Van, they say, look, take this if this is what you want. Satta and Balwand, they're so angry, they turn on the Guru. They can't see that they've caused their own demise in this situation. And they say to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they start saying disrespectful words. They say, you've made this happen. Because we asked for the peta, you've made it that nothing's been donated. And they leave Amritsar Sahib. They go far away. But who is that Sajan Band Sumittar? Who is that one that even if you leave them, they will still have your back? Who is that one? Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. They send Bhai Gurdas Ji, they send their Mamma Ji to go and bring Satta and Balwand back. They said, go and bring Satta and Balwand. These guys have made a mistake. Go and tell them to come back. Satta and Balwand, when Bhai Gurdas Ji, they go there, they go, look, we're having none of it. We're not going to come back. We've been disrespected. Do you know who we are? And they had so much akkar, right? Maharaj says, they send Baba Buddha Ji next. They say, go and bring Satta and Balwand back. Again, they refuse to come back. After this, Guru Arjan Dev Ji themselves, they're doing the Kirtan for the next few days. They're basically subbing in for Satta and Balwand. They could do the Kirtan anyway. They're the giver of Kirtan. But in these few days that Satta and Balwand are absent, they're doing the Kirtan. After a few days, they go themselves to go and seek out Satta and Balwand. They go to find them. And what does Satta and Balwand do? They get taken by more ego. The fact that the Guru has come to see them. And they say, look, they start cussing Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. They start giving such insults. And Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they say nothing. They keep Sharda, they keep Nimrata, they keep humility. But after a while, Satta and Balwand, they start disrespecting Guru Nanak. They start speaking disrespectful words about Guru Nanak. They start saying things which I can't even repeat in this darbar, along the lines to the frequency to which align itself along the lines of, if it wasn't for us, the house of the Guru wouldn't be so great. Meaning we're the ones that are raising the Guru by our Kirtan. And at this point, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, because they're the most loyal, they said, listen, now you've gone too far. You disrespected the house of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj by doing your insults. you're now outside the house of the Guru. If you've not learnt from me sending Bhai Gurdas Ji, if you've not learnt by me sending Baba Buddha Ji, or even by coming myself, I will have to teach you a different way. And they say to Satta and Balwand, you're now outside the house of the Guru. I will send a hukumnama, I will send a instruction that nobody is to associate with Satta and Balwand. That if you're known to be associating with Satta and Balwand, then we will have your face blackened by association. Just by being associated with Satta and Balwand, you will have your face blackened, you'll have shoes tied around your neck, and you'll be made to ride through the township on a donkey. In those days, the way that you'd be branded, the way that you'd let people know that these people are bad people is the authorities would have you ride a donkey through the area proclaiming your crime, and you'd have shoes tied around your neck, and you'd have your face blackened with tar. This would be a way of, like a, if you will, like a record of your actions. So Maharaj has given that saraf that nobody is to hang around with Satta and Balwand, that nobody is to associate with them. And in this way, Satta and Balwand, they're so blinded by their ego, they refuse to recognize that they're falling. Dubde patthar tare. Rather than calling out to Maharaj, Vidya karo kich mehro pavo. Dubde patthar tare. Rather than calling out, they're actually saying to Maharaj, leave me alone. We're big stones. We can take care of ourselves. So what happens is after a while, Satta and Balwand, the word gets out, people that were inviting them for Kirtan programs and booking them to do their Kirtan, giving them Maya, they start to find out that these are guys that we shouldn't really be hanging around with. So Satta and Balwand, they start getting less requests, they start becoming destitute. Nobody wants to be around them. People start finding out, I don't want to be near you. Just to be around you is going to cause me to be banished from the house of the Guru. Satta and Balwand, they lose all of their finances, they're destitute, they become homeless, they're living on the streets. They take on a disease akin to leprosy. It's like their skin's got some sort of a rash on it. It's not quite leprosy, but the way it's described in our itihas, it's akin to leprosy. Satta and Balwand, they got nowhere to go. Nobody will even walk past them and stop. The homeless people don't even want to be seen camping with Satta and Balwand on the streets, that perchance somebody might see that they're associating with these sakat, with these faithless people. So what happens? A Gurmukh is walking past and they see Satta and Balwand. They say, listen man, you guys are finished man. Look at you, you were so big. And now you've fallen to the depths. There's only one place you can go now. And they go, the Guru's never going to have us back. What can we do now? They say, there's only one place you can go. There's a Gurmukh, his name is Bhai Ladha Ji. Listen to the name, my brothers and sisters. These are the kind of friends that we want in our life. They go seek out Bhai Ladha Ji. Their nickname was Parupakari. Not their nickname, but they were referred to as Parupakari, meaning that one that would lift people out of dark times. They go and see Bhai Ladha Ji. And in this way, maybe you can get some saving from this situation. So what happens is that Satta and Balwand, they seek out Bhai Ladha Ji. When they go see Bhai Ladha Ji, they look upon Satta and Balwand covered in disease. Their clothes are ragged and tatty. They've got like, their faces are like mourn, as their bones are sort of poking through their cheeks, not eaten. And Bhai Ladha Ji, they see Satta and Balwand and they get overcome with pain. And they get so upset looking at the condition of their brothers. He reaches out and he says to Satta and Balwand, he goes, what's happened to you? Satta and Balwand go, look, we've come here to look for your help, but really, we can't ask you because if anybody sees you with us, you're so respected in the house of the Guru. Everyone loves you, but you're going to forfeit your position. But Satta and Balwand, all they could see was the dukh, the pain of their brothers. They said, listen, I'm going to stand with you, man. Because look, Satta and Balwand go, no, look, don't come near us. You're going to get tarnished with the same brush. You know what Bhai Ladha Ji did? Bhai Ladha Ji would say, listen, now I stand with you, man. I can't stand to see my brothers suffering in this way. You've made a mistake. There's no doubt about it. How much foolishness have you undertaken? You disrespected the house of my Guru. You've made so many mistakes. But you're still my brothers. And I still stand with you. I still have your back. What to do now? Well, Bhai Ladha Ji, there's only one thing to do. What did they do? They get black tar, thick black tar, and they cover their face in tar. They get the shoes of the Sangat and they wrap them around their neck, the dirty shoes of the Sangat, and they take a donkey, they mount this donkey and they start riding through Amritsar saying, Main Bhai Ladha Ji, Main Bhai Ladha Ji, main papi hai. Bhai Ladha Ji, who's referred to as Parupakari, the one who uplifts people, they're riding through Darbar, they're riding through Amritsar towards Darbar Sahib, and they're proclaiming that they are a papi, that they're a sinner. When they reach Darbar Sahib, Guru Arjan Dev Ji hears about their beloved Bhai Ladha Ji, whose condition has been blackened, whose neck now is adorned now with a necklace of the dirty shoes of the Sangat, who ride this lowly animal of a donkey, who's doing their own embarrassment as they ride through the township in this way. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, they run from Darbar Sahib because they've got loyalty too, right? And they've heard about their beloved Bhai Ladha Ji. They also know about Satta and Balwand too, obviously. And they run and they look at Bhai Ladha Ji, their beloved, and they give him a big hug. They say, you will always be the one that's Parupakari, that lifts people out of the darkness. Bhai Ladha Ji goes, look, enough for me. Look at my brothers, man. They're suffering, man. They've made mistakes. I've had to blacken my face. Maharaj goes, why did you blacken your face? They go, I could never have it that your bhajan was referred to as not being perfect. How could it be that you've given a bhajan that this is what would happen to anybody that associates with Satta and Balwand? So to make sure your bhajan was atal, that was not unbroken and beyond time, I've covered myself in this way. Maharaj, please forgive me. Maharaj is like, there's nothing to forgive. Maharaj, please forgive Satta and Balwand. Bhai Ladha Ji's prayers are for the well-being of their brothers. Sadh Sangat Ji, how many ardasa do we do? How many ardasa do we do? How many ardasa do we do for the benefit of our brothers? You want an insight to where we are spiritually? How many ardasa, how many prayers have we offered for our sisters' well-being as they sit to the left or the right of us? We come before the Guru with all of our dukh sukh, knowing that the world is also full of the same, even in our own houses. How many of us would have the courage to blacken our own faces just to stand next to one of our own brothers? Sajan bandha sumitar syo har naam hirde dehe. You want to know who a true friend is? You want to know what you should be looking for in a friend? Says the Guru explains. They say, you want to know who the highest friend is? Be Sajan bandha sumitar syo har naam hirde de. That one in the company of whom you are brought closer to your Guru. Aakho Satanam Sri. You want to know who your best friend is? Who your people are? You think your people are decades behind you, sitting in a membership club in town somewhere, buying you drinks, poisoning your brain, ruining your reputation, taking away your own self-esteem. You think they're your friends because they've put a few grand behind you. Your friends are the people that will connect you to the Guru. Har naam hirde de, the ones that help you, that even if you've made a mistake, and they've got every right to disassociate themselves with you, even if you've made a big mistake, you behave like a plonker. That's about the only word I can get away into the Darbar Sahib with. Even if you've made the biggest mistake, they'll still stand with you, somitar, those true friends, and they will not just stand with you in dark places and keep you there, they will stand with you in dark places and bring you to the Guru. Bhai Gurdas Ji makes it clear, my friends, the greatest deed we can ever do is to bring people towards the Guru. By inverse, the single worst act we can undertake is to take somebody away from the Guru. Bhai Ladha Ji is standing there, and they now they do ardas. They could ask for anything. They have the happiness now of Guru Arjan Dev Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji is looking at them beaming. They're saying, whatever you want, it's yours. By my nadari, by my glance of grace, it's yours. What is it that concerns? What is it that occupies the mind of Bhai Ladha Ji? These words come to mind from the Guru. What is it that occupies the mind of Bhai Ladha Ji? Be Guru Govinda kripa kari, rakhiya mera pai. Says Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, be a great blessing has been bestowed upon me. Why? How? Because you've looked after my brother. Take that as a sister too, meaning that my prayers are answered if the prayers of my sister have been answered. That's massive. In this world of consumptionism, of consumerism, that there's a finite amount of something and I've got to grab it before she does or he does, the Guru is saying that my prayers have been fulfilled if you've taken care of my people. Bhai Ladha Ji turns to Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. They say, Maharaj, do one thing for me, just forgive Satta and Balwand, man. Bring them back, man. These are my brothers. I can't have it that they're suffering. If they're suffering, I am suffering. If you are in bereavement, I am in bereavement. This is the way it has to be, no? If in the house of the Guru, if there isn't compassion, then where is it that we should go to seek compassion? In the house of the Guru, if we're not going to back our people, for whom are we reserving our loyalty? Who is it that we're reserving the right to be wafadari for or towards if we're not going to back our own people sitting in this darbar? Sometimes we have to have harsh words with our brothers. And that might even risk losing them if we have the courage to have a harsh word and go, listen, you're going about this the wrong way. I'm speaking from love. I love you, my sister. You can picture saying this, but I've got to have your back. And you're about to walk away from Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, be sorted out. And sometimes the greatest sacrifice we can do is offer up the risk of our friendship just to make sure that they stay close to the Guru, the true friend. And in time to come, everybody looks back on those days anyway, and they come back and they say thank you. And you have, in that moment, realized that you've got a true friend. One that cares even beyond their own well-being and their own friendship to look after you. So many times I hear people say, I go, look, why don't you speak to them? They go, I don't want to get involved. What are these words, man? What they basically mean is I don't really care enough to put myself out. The words I don't really want to get involved basically translate to I don't really care about you enough to put myself in a situation that I might find myself compromised. And there's appropriate times for that in silly arguments. But if people are making mistakes, have the courage to be the voice that that person needs. That's what being a true friend is. We came here looking for what it means to be a true friend, but the Guru is teaching us even something even better. Be Sadh Sangat Ji, this is how it is to be a true friend. If you had a choice right now, sitting in the fragrance of the Guru Sangat, to have a very good friend in your life, or with the weapons of the Guru Sikhya, you had the option of being able to be a very good friend to someone in their life. What's more appealing right now? It's all to take from the Guru. Bhai Ladha Ji was already there, respected, regarded, known as Parupakari, their nickname, or they were referred to affectionately as Parupakari, that one that is able to lift people up in the Sangat. But what did they do? They taught us the meaning of loyalty. What is loyalty? Loyalty is having the courage to speak for and to and with the benefit of someone else, that their situation can be uplifted. Maharaj, please forgive Satta and Balwand, says Bhai Ladha Ji. Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they look upon the faces of Satta and Balwand and they say, you found yourself in this situation through doing nindya, through doing back chat, through disrespecting Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. The only way you're going to find your way back is if you sing the praises of the Gurus. You must now sing the praises of Guru Nanak Dev Ji in a Shabad, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, and Guru Ram Das Ji. They didn't name themselves because that is their humility, but they named the four Gurus that preceded them. They said, you've insulted the Gurus before and you found yourself in this situation. The way back is to sing their praises. Go back in your heart and write a Shabad or draw forth from the heavens by the blessings of the Satguru such a Shabad that is worthy of the praises of the Guru. And so it was that Satta and Balwand were directed back to those very early days when they would serve Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj. And what Shabad came to their mind as they thought of what it meant to be in the company of Guru Angad Dev Ji Maharaj? Bihove sifat kusambadi nur arsoho kurso chattiye Tud dithe sache paatshah Mal janam janam di kattiye. They would say, this is what it means for me to remember being in the company of my Guru. They were brought back, just as many of us have made mistakes, and we have been brought back before the Guru. That this is what it was like to be in the company of the Guru. And so that Shabad is called the Ramkali Ki Var. It is affectionately referred to within the Panth as the Shabad for forgiveness. That there's a way back for us all. It's affectionately referred to within the Panth in some circles as the prayer for forgiveness, Ramkali Ki Var. Everyone's thinking, I'm going to make a note of that. Sadh Sangat Ji, know it to be true. We haven't just learnt how to be good friends. You want to know who our best friend is? Our best friend is the Gur Shabad. That if we take the Gur Shabad into our days, Ramkali Ki Var, for forgiveness or no, for forgiveness or just the betterment of our own condition through an understanding of as to who we really are, that we can then go on that journey. We came here to think about a strategy perhaps about how we can obtain good friends. Unbeknownst to us, we're in the company of our best friend. Har naam hirde de, the only one that can give us naam, the only one that can instill that naam within our own hearts. And you'll know it to be true as we hear their katha. All we've done is listen to their katha. Kabir sangat kariye sadki, ant kare nirbaho. Sakat sang na kijiye, jate hoye nibaho. Kabir sangat kariye sadki. Do the sangat of those sadhus, and they will take you to where they're going to go. Just as the river will flow without obstruction towards the sea. Just as the river flows without obstruction towards the sea, says Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, sit in the company of the Sangat. And in this way, just as you jump from the river's edge into that river, the current of that river will take you where it's going to go, which is that ocean of love. Nadiya ate vaha, pavehe samunda na janiye. And check this out, Sadh Sangat Ji. Nadiya ate vaha, the streams and the rivers, pave samund, they go into the ocean, not janiye, and there's nothing left of them. There's nothing left of that river. Can you distinguish that river once it has flowed and merged with the sea? What that means is, whatever it is that's holding you back, whatever identity it is that you identified yourself with before we went on this journey, seems like just 15 minutes ago, it's a whole hour is gone, nearly. Whatever it is that's holding you back, that becomes nas. It becomes no more. When we jump into that ocean, we can no longer separate us. When we jump into that river and that stream and the company of the Sangat, there's no part of us that is remaining, that is left behind. Can you take a cup back out of the river once you've poured it in? A cup of water that is spilt into the ocean, can you take it back out of that river? Sorry. Just as the ocean, the Sangat cannot be distinguished from God, nor too can you be distinguished from the Sangat if we have the courage to jump in. Sadh Sangat Ji, as we get older, we get taken by the fears of our ego. It's so much more difficult to jump in. But Sadh Sangat Ji, I implore you that in the company of the Sangat will take us there. And just finally, I want to share something from a great saint, a great scholar. Their name was Sant Maskeen. They've left this world in the physical sense just this last century gone. Just the beginning of this century, I should say. And they speak about the journey that we have to try and take, this arduous journey, as we're trying to find ourselves in the company of that Sukh Sagar, in that ocean of love. And they say, imagine a raindrop that falls from the sky. And as it falls from the sky, all it can see is the ocean, and it thinks this is where I'm destined to land. I've been traveling for 8.4 million lives. My jot, my light, has been traveling for all of these life forms. Now we're going to enter this form and we're going to enter that ocean. But as it gets down and it gets closer, it realizes there's a landmass, there's a mountain that it's going to fall upon. And it's actually not going to land straight in the ocean, it's going to land upon a mountain. What are the chances of that raindrop as it lands as top of a mountain that it can reach the ocean? Of course not. As soon as it hits that grassy mountainside, it's going to get absorbed straight into the ground, right? And they call it percolation, the movement of water through the ground, or the groundwater flow. That drop of water is not going to get very far. It's going to get sucked up by the root of some tree. It'll never get there, right? So one drop of water, Sant Maskeen says, has got no chance of making it down a mountain, because the mountain is just too treacherous. It will just absorb that water. Maybe it might make it 1 or 2 foot before it gets absorbed into the parched ground. Yeah? That's the condition of this world. That's the metaphor for this world. That on your own, you might try and make a few good choices, but eventually someone will offer you one drink far too many, or one opportunity to go wrong far too many, and you're like, chalo theek hai, just this weekend. But if lots of droplets of water come together, what do they form? As they are on the edge of a mountain which is not flat, what do they form? They form a river, and they form rivers, and they form streams. And that river and stream, that if you should find your way into that river or stream as a drop of water, that journey that seems so arduous, that can't be undertaken on our own, now it's inevitable. You can't even stop it. That it will always reach the sea, that all rivers always lead to the sea. So Sad Sangat Ji, the teaching today, as it comes to my mind, is just because somebody is serving you, doesn't mean that they're serving you, your true self. But how can they know your value if we haven't even recognized who we really are inside? That we're not just this external body to be served in the worldly sense, that beyond this body is a jyot. And that this is actually the home of God. Har mandar eho sarir hai, gyan ratan pargat hoy. That within this body, of this home, of this body, this Hari the mandar, this body, resides God. Har mandar eho sarir hai. This is the house of God. Within you resides Parameshwar Vaheguru. Gyan Ratan Pargat Hoy. Collect that knowledge. What knowledge? As we go full circle, as we come to the end of this darbar, what knowledge are we looking for? Not knowledge of this world, but the knowledge that will take us on this journey of who we really are inside. So Sad Sangat Ji, today's vichar was about seeing where we're valued. Only the Guru can know our true value. Only the Guru can give us that true Sikhya, and only the Guru's Sangat can take us towards the Guru in the ways that we have spoken about today. So you are the Sangat of the Guru, and now it makes sense why, as we have a chance to do Katha Vichar with you, I always beg for your forgiveness. You're the Sangat of Satguru Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And I sit humbly before you, thanking you for your blessings, allowing me to have a chance to have your darshan. Just having the darshan of the Sangat, just to look upon the Sangat as you look around, is such a blessing. And I ask for your forgiveness for any mistakes that we have made, and also to give thanks once more. Sangat Ji, it's so wonderful. We come here to do Katha Vichar, and so many Sangat come to give us your blessings. Every single month on the first Thursday of the month, I'm so grateful that you come out and you give us your time and you make the sacrifices to come and be in the company of the Guru. Well, that came out wrong. That you make the sacrifices to leave your families, to seek that higher blessing, to be in the company of the Guru. We ask for your forgiveness and your blessings. With your blessings, through that river of your company, we can all reach the charan of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Once again, your forgiveness. Vilekhe katha na choti hai, khin khin pulan hara, baksan hara baksale nanak, paryotar. Vaheguru Ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki fateh.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. Please donate and help spread Guruji's message. Link is in the description below. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.